Western Pizza Hotline. Let's go out. Joining us.
Do you think he's had a Western Pizza?
I guarantee he's had a Western Pizza. Coach of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Coach Mace. Well, hey, what Sharky? Ask him. Go ahead.
What's your favorite Western Pizza, Coach? Well, you got a favorite?
The first. Actually, let me think here. Yeah, it was the first or the second pizza I ever had here. And it hasn't been the last. I'll leave it at that.
yeah, you know what's up. It is.
Love it.
It is so good. And then you start trying out. You start sprinkling around the menu and trying out the different ones. It's hard to find a favorite.
I gotta get in there, man. I gotta start hand. But I'm pretty lame when it comes to that. It's just if it's hot and there's cheese on it, then I really don't care after that. I'm going to try it all.
Smart man. Hey, good time to have you on today, right? Riders Inc. Jake Maier, 1-year deal. A guy that well. Just from your lens, what do you like about Jake Maier?
Yeah, man. I mean, just I'll start, as I do with most guys, just his personality and the things that he brings. And how he is and conducts himself around the building, how he attacks what he does. As it pertains to his job. You love that professionalism. And obviously as a player, I know a lot of people, you look at the season that, they had with his previous team, and it was kind of a tough sledding, but, you look at it and you really watch, there was a lot of really good things that he did as well. And to be in this league and having quarterbacks to have experience, there's not a ton of teams that have that, outside of the top guys. So, having him being added to the quarterback room, obviously being familiar with the system, myself and Mules, we're happy as ever to have him, man. And he's going to learn a lot from Trevor too. So, I think all things considered, man, it was just excellent move for us.
You don't see that part a lot, Coach, where you can bring a guy in that is so familiar with coaches. Like that's a bonus, right? That you talk about that runway. Well, you guys are already halfway down it.
Yeah, I mean it is. There's a lot of things that go into fit. And some guys have luxuries in doing that throughout free agency process. For us, we already saw the writing on the wall, so to speak, with that, and try to get ahead of that as we believe that and we're certain he would have been a very hot topic. Come to the market. So. We're happy. I know Jake's extremely excited to be here and being in this atmosphere and pushing forward with the green and white, man. So, yeah, man, good day for everybody. Yes.
We got to get him a Western Pizza.
We got to get him a
welcome him to town with a little za.
Statutory invitation to Western Pizza.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach, how's the offseason been for you personally? I mean, it's a chance for you to reflect, obviously, on your first year as a head coach, and I think you did some amazing things in your first year with the challenges you had and injuries and whatnot. But how have you been in the offseason, and how do you feel, and what are you looking forward to as you get closer to training camp?
Yeah, no, offseason it's been good, man. The wife and I kid. She was like, I thought it was the offseason. We're always doing something, and I love that. And there's the guys that on this staff and within the building. Jo is Kyle Carson. All these other guys, man, we're just constantly trying to find ways to get this team better, and everybody's all in, man. So it's been awesome from that standpoint. Not to say that I don't take time for the family, because that is important. So it's been good to spend more time from that standpoint and getting to see family. Obviously our extended families. From where my wife's family's from, my family, and that's been incredible, man. But as you can see, I'm in the office right now. And then constantly working the phones and being in communication with everybody, just trying to find ways to get us going, man.
When you go down and like a Trevor Reed, right? Getting an NFL opportunity, team releases them. Like, just as a coach, just the words on that, how proud you must be to be like, obviously you don't want to lose a guy, but hey, it's the league, right? It's the NFL. Go and get it, as you would say.
Exactly. And you kind of wish that opportunity is there for everybody, but they're going to pick who they want. And certainly in situations like that, a young man, Trevor, 24 years old, young buck, athletically, he's one of the biggest freaks I've ever seen. So I'm not shocked, that he's going to get this opportunity. So you're elated for those guys and at the potential of, being able to carve out a career for themselves, still playing the game that they love. That I know that, he really enjoyed his time here. But, just what it potentially could bring for him and his family moving forward, if it's something that works out for him down there. You're happy for those guys from that standpoint. But like I said, man, there's so many guys that you wish could have, certain opportunities. But a lot of guys do have that opportunity prior to coming up here. But, the guys that are here, they know what it's all about, specifically in this building. And I know guys are itching to get back here. So we wish him nothing but the absolute best, man. I know all these guys will be watching anyway, cheering for us. So it's good in all parties.
You talk about, Jeremy and J.O. and working over you guys get Brandon Kemp from the Tiger Cats on the offensive line. What do you like about bringing him in?
Yeah, just another massive man. He's huge. And again, for that position specifically, when you look at our season, unfortunately was a position that was just decimated for us, the offensive line. So, we'll do our due diligence in trying to find as many people possible to compete with Brandon as just having, the experience playing and starting a bunch of games in this league. That speaks volumes to have that kind of depth. And, it's the reality of the game and really pro sports in general. But, as specific to football, is injuries are inevitable. So the next man mentality I know lives in every building, really. But if your next man's, played a bunch of football at this level, it certainly helps. So having that depth piece and a chance to come in and compete in camp, I know he's excited. I know we are as well. So another solid one for us.
You opened up the discussion around the offensive line and the injuries you had last year. And my God, I don't know what was it, 13 or 14 guys played on the offensive line last year. I don't know what the old record was, but that definitely has to be the new one.
I think coach was close to playing at one point.
Yeah.
Never.
Not counting defensive linemen that came over. Yeah. How's that group looking? Like, what are some guys coming back? Is there like Jamarcus Hardrick, Philip Blake, like who's maybe in trouble? Who's hurt? Who's still hurt? Who's healthy? Where are we at there?
Yeah, no. So a lot of guys that we're dealing. This is always kind of the gift and the curse of injuries, is timing of when they happen. Guys like Hardrick. Yosh went down early in the season. You lose him for the year, and that's really unfortunate to have to go through a season without a player of that caliber. But the plus side is, going into the next season that he's going to be, back at full strength. So we're looking forward to those guys who are really been working their tails off to rehab to get back to this point. Again, we're going to go through the free agency process. We're still working before we get to that point, is trying to re-sign guys. So, man, it's going to be a position of strength, in my opinion, just because so many guys were asked to step up and play. Extremely proud of the young bucks, who may have started on the PR. It had never taken a snap. We had guys come in who were with the team for a few days, that ended up playing. But it's incredible experience for those guys. And I think overall building the trust in the room. And I can't do nothing but tip my cap, to J.O. and Kyle and those guys bringing in new talent, but also in Coach Harrison, being a first-time O-line coach, being able to manage all that. Man, it's special. We joke around and call him the coach of the year, Coach Harrison. So,
should be, he should be.
He's a great guest on the Cage too. Absolute beauty.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah, as we recall. Kate, the word is, and people are freaking out. I'm freaking out. Colson wants to book some holidays here. No CFL schedule yet. Like, we're getting late here. Now for you, and maybe there's some inside, you don't have to, behind the curtain stuff, you don't have to say that you guys kind of know for the most part. But as a head coach of the team, like, does it affect you that much having it here now into the second week of January? We might not even know.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I know all the other coaches are kind of sitting in the same position as myself. Is, just from a scheduling standpoint, we like to get ahead of stuff, trying to schedule our training camp stuff, which you can't really do until your preseason games are going. And we like to, get ahead and start self-scouting and looking at scouting different opponents and trying to anticipate who we're going to be seeing early in the season. And kind of tough to do that without a schedule. But hey, we're all in the same boat. So when they drop that thing, we'll be ready to rock.
Okay, I want to let's shift away from the Riders, have some fun here, and everyone's going to get to know Coach Mace and the generic questions. But I gotta say, as a football coach, your initial thoughts when you hear Bill Belichick's going to be coaching college at UNC?
Yeah, I was a little shocked, just to all my buddies who coach in college and understand the requirements that comes with that outside of football. But it's interesting. I was actually listening to somebody sent me some kind of, maybe Mueller, I don't know, sent me some kind of podcast and talking, and really the landscape of college football really isn't that much different than, what Bill's used to probably in the NFL and dealing with agents. They have general managers at colleges now, and all these agents he's talking to represent these kids that he's been he's been talking to these guys when, dealing with their pro players too. So, is he going to be on the phones calling? I don't know that. I don't know that stuff. But I do know, it's an intriguing place, I would assume, for a lot of guys to want to go if they do want to take that next step to become a professional, than to learn from Belichick. I mean, what else are we talking about here? So, surprised, but still pretty cool.
It's really interesting, right? Because even from when you were down there playing, coaching, all that, because now it's like, okay, I'm going to go give this a shot. If you don't like it, you just go to the transfer portal and you're out.
You're gone.
Yeah, it's free agency. It's crazy, but I mean that's the landscape, man. And I think some teams, you can complain about it, which I totally get that aspect of it, but you gotta, in life, you gotta adapt and conquer, and I think a lot of teams are doing that. And certainly, I think Notre Dame's a team exactly that. You know what I mean? They're in there swinging and playing down south football with the Georgias of the world. You know what I mean? I think before that kind of wasn't their wheelhouse, but I think a little bit of the things that they identified in the transfer portal helped them. So, there's some benefits to it as well, for sure.
What's your take so far on the college football playoff and how it's gone?
Yeah, I think it's been interesting. There's I had wished, some of the smaller schools, man, I wish they did it to kind of solidify,
ASU, right? ASU.
And that was a good game. And not even that, I would have liked to see Boise put on a great show, but I'm just happy that there's football still rolling. And certainly, watching college football at this standpoint, there's some really good teams, some really good players out there, some excellent coaches. And the anticipation, whether, however many teams that start in the playoff to where we're down to the Final Four, it's exciting, man. Looking forward to it.
I can't remember. I think I asked you this first time we talked who your NFL team was. I can't remember. But, we're starting the NFL playoffs here this weekend. What does Coach Mace think about the playoffs there? Do you maybe have a dark horse coming out of either conference?
Yeah, I got to say there's a lot of teams that, as us as coaches, you watch and see if we can just pick up stuff. And then there's some casual stuff that you just watch kind of as a fan. You try to anyway. But growing up, I was a big Chargers fan, so really happy about those guys and the season that they've had to this point. And then I always just keep an eye on the old Bills anyway. So, it's going to be a good one. I think there's going to be a lot of good matchups. It'll be fun to see Pittsburgh and Baltimore, I think, go at it again. There's some good matchups out there, man. Yeah. So again, it's football. We're watching football still. Can't be upset.
That Pittsburgh-Baltimore matchup is kind of like the Riders playing the Bombers.
It is
CFL. It's right. Like, here they go again. They gotta go again. And I think your Chargers, if they win this weekend, it was a hot take I had the other day on the show. I think they can knock off these Chiefs. I think just Harbaugh, and playing them again, the whole divisional thing, and
we'll see, man. I don't know. It's the Chiefs. They're not an anomaly to me. They find ways to win. They do it different ways, and to me, that's just the team understanding of how they're going to win, and the coaches understanding how they're going to win and putting a plan together. So. Are they the Chiefs of old? I don't know, but they're certainly winning like they were, or they have been. So we'll see, man. But yeah, the Chargers do an excellent job of controlling the football and not turning it over a ton. And it's exciting. Trust me, being a Chargers fan for a long time, This is an exciting one.
Would you have watched much? I don't even know. Do you watch much hockey? Would you have watched the World Juniors?
I did. I caught. Unfortunately, I caught the Latvia game. Yeah, that was tough. And then what else did I see? I saw. It wasn't
the loss the quarterfinal loss.
No, I didn't get a chance to watch that. I think what was the one on who was playing it? Was it
America?
New Year's Eve, maybe?
The U.S. America. Yeah, the U.S.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah, I saw that.
You watched that one? All right.
Yeah, I watched some of that one. So, not the greatest games to take, but yeah, World Juniors. That's kind of a holiday thing. My brother really put me on into the World Juniors. Maybe like 6-7 years ago, and it's exciting. It's fun hockey to watch. I don't pretend to know hockey enough. I know I'm a Flames fan.
Yeah.
But the World Juniors, just watching those young guys compete at that level, to have the stage that they're on, it's just exciting to see the next wave of players and just guys playing for their country, man. You're always going to get their best effort. So I love that.
When's the last time Coach skated?
2017, maybe.
Oh, not that bad.
That's not that bad. Yeah.
I was just talking to our neighbors about we're in the process. We got to try to figure out how to teach my kids to skate. So I'm going to have to get me a pair. Not that I'm going to be teaching. I might be doing the course with them. I can only cross over on one side, stop on one side. I can't skate backwards with confidence. So I got some work to do.
Just get them out there. Let them skate and then go through the lessons. Just let them have some fun. That's what it's all about. No, if you somebody, that's a lucky. There'll be video going around. Just Bins will be on that. Coach of the Riders skating. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to look rough. So don't judge me for that, please.
Coach, thanks so much for taking some time. And we've never seen your hair this long. If you're watching the stream, I like that up top like that.
You know what? I got a cut coming tomorrow, man. So yeah, I kind of let that thing roll. I didn't get a cut since just before Christmas, so I just kind of letting it go here just to give a little.
Let it go, man. Live, damn it. Live, damn it.
You're right. You know what? Blessings. I won't complain. I'll take the praise.
Awesome. Coach, thanks so much. Grab some Western Pizza tonight. Always appreciate your time.
Much love, guys. Thank you. Enjoy.
Thanks, Coach.
Right on. Head coach of our Saskatchewan Roughriders, Corey Mace, joining us. If you're watching that stream, you saw it. I like that. It's nice. I forgot. As a bald guy, you're just like, everybody should just grow your hair out.
Yeah, just let it go. Yeah, don't get it cut. There's no need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that first marriage was for you.
That took part of it. Yeah,
there's some divots that didn't get replaced.
There's a black eye I recovered from. And
well, on that note, let's go to break. It is the all new SportsCage. We're streaming at sportscage.com and on the home of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, 620 CKRM.